We are excited to welcome you to the live performance of Popscast Serial. And so just for some background, last year, the orchestra recorded and produced this podcast, and we're so excited to be presenting it here tonight. We met every Tuesday for an hour at 8 p.m. on Zoom to work on a podcast, including brainstorming the plot, discussing arrangements, recording the plot, and then, extensive audio mixing. And it was nice to have a project while we were remote, and it definitely helped us build community online.
Yeah, so in adapting it for tonight's performance, we're going to have the setting for our performance be kind of like a recording studio for a radio play. So we're going to have sound effects, live sound effects, provided by wonderful percussionists Clay Oxford and Brooke Newberry. And the original podcast was presented as 5 separate episodes. Today we're going to have them be continuously occurring right after each other without intermission, and the overall runtime will be about an hour. So we invite you to use your imagination as you listen to us do this live performance of the podcast. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Welcome, listeners, and lend me your ears. You are about to hear a musical mystery melodrama, the likes of which you've never heard before. We follow the journey of our fabulous protagonist, Thea, a young violin prodigy, and her best friend and sweet mate, Seth, a trumpet player with a mind for mysteries, on the eve of Thea's debut solo performance with the Harvard Pops Orchestra. On a Thursday morning, Thea woke up at the crack of dawn to begin practicing for her performance that night. Full of nerves, she immediately felt that something was amiss. Listen for yourselves.
Oh, I can't even warm up properly. The concert is tonight and I still can't finish this movement. Maybe I just need breakfast. Yeah, breakfast. Most important meal of the day for the most important day of my life. Let me find my cereal. Where the heck is my cereal? It's not here.
Oh, Theo, what are you doing? It's 8 in the morning. I'm still recovering from my 2 a.m. PSEC run.
Seth, where is my cereal? You know I can't rely on HUD's marshmallow maze on concert day.
Oh, is this for your pre-performance ritual where you need to eat your special cereal for breakfast? So you totally crush your performance? Crush is such a funny word. It can mean very different things. You can crush an exam, you can have a crush on somebody for 2 years without them ever knowing.
Seth, focus. The last time I saw them, they were in the common room, and you just walked out of there. Where are my SLFCPs?
Your what?
My super sugar frosted bunny chocolate blocks.
I didn't touch them. All I know is that the last time I had 40 grams of refined sugar before rehearsal, I played Flight of the Bumblebee in double time. I wouldn't do that to the orchestra again.
Seth, you've been acting all sorts of weird lately. I can tell when you're hiding something from me. What's going on?
Okay, fine. Gosh, this is not how I pictured this moment, but I've wanted to tell you since first year. But since we're sweet mates and all...
Seth, what are you talking about? My cereal was stolen last night, not 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the cereal. Of course.
I knew you took it.
Yeah, I never eat your special cereal. I know how important it is to you. But I might have taken your last orange green popsicle.
What? I don't care about my stupid popsicles. This is a breakfast emergency that is rapidly becoming a concert emergency, which will then become a career emergency. Tonight is my debut solo performance with the Harvard Pops Orchestra. Everything has to be perfect.
Don't worry, Tia. Deep breaths, calm down.
Calm down. I know I got the cereal on a super niche, slightly sketchy online breakfast boutique, and they are all out of stock. I checked. I need to find my cereal set.
Well, it could have just disappeared. Somebody must have stolen it. This is just like that time freshman year when my AirPods got jacked from my windowsill in Wigglesworth Beach.
Why would someone steal my cereal? Unless someone's trying to sabotage my performance tonight.
The facts are these. Last night, the cereal was here, and on the morning of your debut solo performance, it won. I'm on this gymnastic. I'm taking a 10 on the history of history hour, and I'm extremely prepared to give you lots of words.
Yes, Seth, but Giuseppe has to play detective. Oh my god. Over time, when we went for music theory, and it was late, that gave Professor Trouble time to bring out his viola.
Grab your violin and put your detective cap on. Theo, we're going to solve this mystery. Just blow me Inspector Trouble.
All right, class, open your textbooks and your ears. Today we'll be indulging in the glorious subtlety and beauty of French spectralism of the 1970s. And to start, I'll begin with a little snippet of viola for you all to enjoy.
Oh, God, this is unbearable. I don't think I can survive without you, dear. I mean, I don't think I can survive this class without you.
Wait, what?
Oh, nothing. Anyway, look at your mortal enemy, Ashley.
Why, good morning, Thea. Ready for your big performance tonight? Oh, you must be so nervous. You poor thing.
Well, actually, she's not nervous at all. Are you, Thea?
Silence, students. I am performing for you. This is the piece that won the honorable mention in the Midwest Regional Middle School Viola Competition. Listen and learn.
Anyway, if I were you, Thea, I'd be scared out of my wits. Just think, you'll be playing all alone with everyone watching you. And if you make even one mistake, it'll be so obvious. Of course, I know a thing or two about performance pressure. After all, I've been made concert master of HRO. You know, the horrendously regular orchestra.
Why, of course. How could I have been so foolish to forget how all-powerful you've become? Forgive us lowly Pops peasants.
Thea, forget her. She's just jealous of you because you're clearly the superior musician. And person, for that matter.
Hey, remember that time your E string snapped during the first year violin competition? It'd be a shame if that happened again.
Well, at least I don't rely on sabotage to win competitions. Mock me all you want, Ashley. Being petty won't make you a better violinist.
Well, maybe not. But getting rid of my competition? Well, you underestimate my power, Thea. This is war.
And the grand finale. Ta-da!
Break a leg tonight, Thea. Or maybe break a string.
Hey, just wait until you hear her. She's gonna absolutely kill it up there.
Oh, she'll definitely kill something. Like her chances of ever playing on that stage again.
At least I have a chance to play on that stage.
Anybody can get on a stage, Thea. Whether or not you stay there is a totally different matter.
Well, you're a totally different matter.
Wow! You're not exactly on your A game today. A little birdie told me that you've misplaced your secret weapon. How tragic. Catch you later, losers.
Thank God she's gone. I can't let Ashley get under my skin like this. Maybe now she is better than me. Did you see all that rosin dust all over her clothes? She must be practicing like 40 hours a day.
Wait a minute, Thea. I'm no string player, but rosin dust isn't brown, is it?
What are you talking about?
I don't think that was rosin dust on her clothes. I think it was choco dust.
Choco dust? Like the residue from my cereal?
Yeah, she's covered in choco dust. She knows that you lost your cereal, and she hates you. We have evidence and a motive. It couldn't be clearer. I think Ashley is the serial thief.
Oh my God. Seth, you're right. He's going to pay.
Will Seth and Thea rescue the cereal? Will Ashley snap, crackle, and pop under pressure? Or is the culprit still at large? And will anybody ever pay attention in music theory class? Tune in to find out on the next episode of Popscast Cereal. Episode 2. Welcome back to Popscast Serial, listeners. When we last saw Thea and Seth, they had just run into Ashley, the rival, horrendously regular orchestra violinist and concertmaster. Sleuthmaster General Seth noticed some highly incriminating choco dust on Ashley's clothes at the end of class. Could she be the culprit? Let's see how our heroes fare as they follow their first suspect.
I knew Ashley was behind this. She's always giving me dirty looks when she sees me practicing scales in the Adams practice room. It's like, music is not a competition. What is her deal?
I have no idea. Well, I could listen to you practice scales all day long. She's still a prime suspect. How else could she have gotten chocolate dust all over her?
We have to confront her. You're free the rest of the day, right?
I actually have a midterm review session for my exam on Monday, and a huge term paper due tomorrow. But I'm totally okay. I mean, my average for that class is at least a 65, so I can skip it. You're more important. This is more important.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. During Professor Trouble's interminable solo, I made sure to email all my professors to say that I had a totally legit recruiting interview, so the rest of the day is free to me to track down the culprit.
I see. She cleared her schedule just to hang out with me all day. Man, I cannot waste this opportunity. I should follow the advice from the Harvard Confessions comment section. Blindly shoot your shot no matter the consequences. Discipline.
Okay, well, if we're going to follow her, we'd better get moving. She's headed back to Adams. It looks like she's going to the kitchen. She could be keeping my cereal in there.
The kitchen? The last time I was in there, a bunch of gigantic rats jumped down the shelves at me. And don't get me started on the fruit flies.
Quit whining. Ashley might hear you. These tunnels echo like crazy.
Did you not see those oddly friendly looking roaches waving at us by the staircase? And the bats flying out of the elevator shaft? It's almost like there's a whole family of spooky critters living in Adams.
Lost in all these tunnels. Okay, there's the kitchen. Seth, can you see if she's inside?
All right, it looks like she's reaching for something on the shelf. A bowl, some milk, and a spoon, and fresh chocolate puffs! I knew you had to steal my chocolate puffs.
You're what? What are you talking about? Did you two follow me?
Maybe. Regardless, you're literally having a bowl of chocolate puffs right now. You stole it from Thea.
I don't know anything about that. Why don't you stick to your trumpet, bugle boy?
Hey, nobody talks to my bugle boy like that.
Your bugle boy?
All I know is that you made me spill my super sugar frothy flaky choco nuts all over the floor. Not your precious super sugar frothy flaky choco puffs.
Choco nuts?
Yes, nuts.
Not puffs?
Not pops. I hate pops. Orchestra included.
Listen, Ashtray, I'm on to you. I'm just like a little suspicious that you happen to have the knockoff version the day of the concert. Like, my entire performance tonight depends on the cereal.
Okay, that sounds like a you problem. Anyway, you're not the only one who's had your stuff go missing. My Tostitos hint of lime chips mysteriously disappeared last week. And stuff is vanishing all over campus. The Crimson even reported that the Lampoon lost its sense of humor. I think something supernatural is going on.
Actually, you mean to tell us that suddenly this is all due to some paranormal presence haunting the halls of Harvard?
Yeah.
Well, if there was a supernatural serial thief, how would we even track it down?
Well, there is a historian at Harvard who studies the supernatural occurrences on campus, Professor Spooky Yuki. I guess you could ask her for help if you want to keep playing your little Nancy Drew game.
A supernatural serial thief? Maybe Harvard is the Area 51 of the Ivy League after all.
She doesn't seem like the type who would have a canvas page with her contact info.
Yeah. Wait, is that Dean Piranha walking across the yard?
Yeah, it is. I was going to text Speedwalk. I know he was so happy, suspiciously so. He's coming this way.
Hello, my fellow kids. How are you today? You look so distressed.
Hi, I mean, Dean Piranha. We actually have an urgent question to ask you. Can you
Get me on your Instagram.
Yes, Sorry, Dean. We're looking for a Professor Spooky Yuki. Do you know how we might find her?
I don't know her exact whereabouts, but I know someone who might.
Who?
My friend Remy. He's a cat. He should be wandering around here somewhere. If you find him, tell him that Dean Meowmix sent you. He'll know what you mean. All right, I'll be off. I've got to go meet with the HUD staff to discuss all the healthy, transformative, sugar-free options we'll be offering in the dining hall come next semester. Semper Veritas.
Wow. That was weird. How are we supposed to find a cat?
Well, I bet he's somewhere near us here now. All those rodents must keep him busy. Well, there he is.
Meow?
Remy, we need you to help us find Professor Spooky Yuki. Rakesh sent us.
Meow? You know, Dean Piranha, Dean of Harvard College? Meow.
The man, the myth, the transformative legend.
Wait. Dean Meow? Meow!
Yes, can you please take us to Professor Spooky Yuki for him?
Meow.
What happened to him?
Meow.
Oh, you settled for caviar? What am I, a legacy student? I guess I could give you some salmon from the default, but... Oh, you don't like red vest cats, are you a picky little kid?
Seth, I love that you're making a new friend here, but we don't have time to exchange pleasantries with a cat. Remy, take us to Spooky Yuki.
Thea, it looks like she's leading us to the cemetery in the square. Is this a good idea?
Oh my God. Seth, what holds good here is rising from one of the graves. Remy, where are you taking us?
I knew I should never sold this tasting keyhole fish. Remy, why?
What is the monster that awaits Thea and Seth amidst the ancient graves? Will our heroes find the mysterious Professor Spooky Yuki? Or have Remy and Rakesh led them to their doom in the cemetery? And what kind of name is Spooky Yuki? Find out next time on Podcast Serial.
Episode 3. Welcome back, my musical mystery maestros. I'm sure you're wondering what happened to our heroes, Thea and Seth, when we last left them in the clutches of a terrifying cloaked creature in the old burial grounds of Harvard Square. Well, that's what they get for following a flippant feline.
Thea, our brains are about to get a zombie's dinner. What am I going to do with the pet I spent 2 years trying to get? I want to be like a couple that dies in the first 10 minutes of a horror movie.
What are you talking about? The only couple will be is a couple of dead Harvard students.
Maybe I'll get it. No, don't leave me. The zombie won't be satisfied. I don't have enough brains to get through step 110.
That 110? God, why are you wasting your time with that mathematical mumbo-jumbo? Life is about the humanities. And death, for that matter.
It speaks!
It's a person, not a zombie.
Oh, I wish I were a zombie. To spend eternity walking the line between the living and the dead, trapped into either of non-existence, but bound by a corporeal form. Poetic, don't you think?
Come again? What? You must be Professor Spooky Yuki. Remy led us here? You sure are hard to find.
I'm not particularly responsive via email, but why use technology when you have a cat?
Right. Apologies for interrupting. Whatever it is that you're doing out here.
Just recording names from these tombstones for a new book I'm writing about local supernatural history. Turkey Bumps, the quintessential guide to the hauntings of New England. It's a bit nifty, so I had to bring my favorite events black book.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm Thea, and this is my friend Seth. An extremely important possession of mine has gone missing, and we were told that you might help us figure out if the culprit is supernatural.
Ah, you've come about the poltergeist, haven't you?
Poltergeists? Like Peeves from Harry Potter?
Yes, this campus is crawling with them. Harmless, really, but they do love to shake you kids up by stealing a few term papers and Harvard Patagonias a couple times a year.
Well, if it's our possessions they're after, can we, give them an offering in exchange for getting our belongings back?
Oh, no, my dear. The best way to summon spirits is to throw them a party.
A party? Ghosts aren't exactly the kind of spirits you want at one of those.
Not a party, a seance.
Really? Because we were hoping you could just, ask them to give my stuff back and we could be on our way and...
Nonsense. Join hands, children. I feel the ghostly energy upon me.
My very important personal possession.
Seek the place that is dark and dreary, where beings lie weeping, weak and weary. Stay too long and you'll be in for a fright, because darkness never leaves there from day to night.
Okay, what does that mean?
I am merely a conduit of the spiritual energy of this place. Translating their words is up to you. But, if you'd like to learn more about how to connect to the spirits haunting these halls, join me at my full moon office hours seance next month. I always invite my students, but they never come. Now, I must be off. I heard there was a banshee screaming in the walls of Annenberg.
That's probably just the first years realizing that the last of the red spiced chicken is gone.
Poops, a big cloud of smoke, and I'm gone.
Whoa.
He's gone. Okay, how on earth did she do that? And how are we supposed to decipher this riddle?
Where could there be a place where darkness never leaves from day to night? Last I checked, the sun is kind of bright.
Okay, just think. Where is it always dark and dreary and sad, all the time, every day of youth?
Lamont! Of course, it's open 24/7 and it reeks of darkness and desolation. Okay, come on, we have to find these ghosts.
And I thought we were going to need a zombie back at the cemetery. But a monster might be worse.
Forgot how gloomy the library is.
I can't tell if any of these people are ghosts. They're all so pale and sickly from being down here too long.
Okay, well, if you were a ghost, which part of the library would you haunt?
The restricted section?
Okay, come on, Seth, focus.
Okay. Sherlock Holmes always uses deductive reasoning to figure out the next clue. Now, if I could just remember what deductive reasoning means.
Wow, the gen ed curriculum has really been successful for you, hasn't it?
It's a gym class. Leave me alone.
Okay, that's it.
I don't think the ghosts are that interested in taking Harvard classes.
No. I think they'd be somewhere where people would leave them alone. What's the emptiest place in the library?
Oh, the basement. No one ever goes down there.
Well, looks like we are. Come on, down the stairs.
I don't know. We already ended up in a creepy cemetery. I don't want to know what could be lurking down here. Wait a minute. Do you hear that?
It's coming from that room at the end of the tunnel.
No, boys, I think
Will Thea and Seth communicate with the undead, or will they end up in Professor Spooky Bookie's next article for the Proceedings of the National Academy of Supernatural Sciences? And will it be available on JSTOR? Find out next time on Podcast Journey. Episode 4. The plot is thickening, dear listeners, since we last left Thea and Seth in the clutches of a gaggle of Gregorian ghouls in the dark and dreary basement of the Lawn Library, in search of Thea's stolen cereal, and with her grand performance mere hours away, our heroes followed the advice of the superstitious Professor Spooky Oogie to seek the cereal in the 24-hour undergraduate library. Did Professor Spooky seance lead them straight into the ghostly clutches of evil apparitions? Or is there an even greater danger lurking in the depths of the long basement?
Please don't eat me! I'm a piece of the indigenous. Take me up! Oh, but no, I don't want you to do that! I said the money was grand! I'm sorry, my senses left me the second we made to allow into my ghosts and my faces. Listen, Thea, I know we don't have much time left, but I always wanted to tell you, I love... Please don't kill us, ghosts!
Wait, what? There were ghosts down here? Ghosts?
Oh! No, you are the ghosts!
We're not ghosts. We're just dogs.
Okay, like, why the heck are you guys all down here wearing robes and singing Gregorian chants? This is a library, not a monastery.
Gregorian chant? I knew the punch masters were messing with us. They told us it was the traditional Delphic fight song. I'm getting out of here. Somebody take my robes.
Okay, so wait. There are no spirits or ghouls haunting the Mont basement?
Not unless you count the monsters.
Okay, right. This whole paranormal investigation is just a huge distraction. I knew you never should listen to that crazy professor. Get out of Seth. It's physical books and, frankly, elitism.
Right there with you, Thea. We wouldn't have wasted all the time if it hadn't been for you meddling Bible Club kids. Come on, Thea, the night is young. I know what'll cheer you up. Typing hot espresso from Harvard's finest scholastic surgery.
Not lamb chop. I used up all my work left that horrible night at the Winthrop Grill, remember?
Oh, how can I forget? The grill guy spent like 3 hours scraping the moss sticks off the ceiling. Anyway, why don't I just go gather some coffee? Yeah, we can drink and take a break. Maybe crack open a textbook, then go back to solving the mystery, right on the date.
What?
I mean, our concert date is so soon.
Look, over there, in the corner.
This is a library.
Look, that kid said in the corner. He's mean.
It's just a bowl of cereal. Wait, those are super sugar fuzzy cookie chocolate puffs. Yeah, we have to. And Thea's gone. Oh, this is not planned well.
Hey, you!
Vivula, Arcanius, Carcels, Phalanges.
Hello? Your cereal, I'm talking to you.
Take it easy, Thea. Something's up with this kid.
Spinus, fossa, infraspinus, fossa, scapula, clavicle.
He won't stop naming bones.
Glenoid, fossa, deltoid, tuberosity, and outer musical venous, under bear, so that ass, probably something or other.
Oh, what is wrong with this
Hubris! I did it! That's every bone in the human body. Gee, thanks you two. Who are you?
No time for small talk. Where did you get that cereal can?
What she means is we really appreciate it if you can help us.
Do it, kid.
Oh, the cereal? And what if I move my pistol behind you?
No, not that. I meant spill it as in where did you get the cereal?
I got it from this girl. She runs an underground sugar, like sugar boots for energy. So it's easier to stay at home and send her to Amazon. I only got 2 more years before I have to take the exam.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Now that I'm down, I have too much sugar. How much of this stuff have you had?
I just finished the box.
What? Hold on, who sold you this? That was my cereal.
She told me never to tell anyone. Please don't tell her I said anything. I really get need some more of this for the muscle quiz next week.
Who?
I don't know her name, but she was pretty. I mean, pretty neat, and she had this about instincts.
Ashley!
Will Thea and Seth finally confront Ashley and find the cereal? Or will they keep duped once again? Will those sophomores ever reach their dreams of elite single-gender, unrecognized social organization glory? Will that kid pass his anatomy exam, and will I finally grow up humorous?
Tune in next time, that is, in 2 seconds, to find out on Popscast Cereal. Episode 5. Welcome, listeners, to Popscast Cereal. We followed our noble cereal sleuths, Thea and Seth, on their mysterious journey, and now it's about to come to a close, since the concert is less than an hour away. Our heroes have just fled Lamont in pursuit of Ashley, who's our prime suspect once again. But does she really have the cereal? Or are Thea and Seth on another wild poltergeist chase? And will Seth ever reveal his true feelings for Thea? Man, I want them to get together so bad. We can only hope on this final episode of Popscast Cereal.
Oh, Thea! Thea, slow down! I haven't sprinted this hard since River Run, and there's not even a Securitas guard chasing me this time.
You can't stop. We have to get to the horrendously regular orchestra rehearsal and find it actually before call time, which is in 1 hour.
Can we at least take a break? I can't play trumpet if I can't breathe. Not even my signature flight of the bumblebee.
Okay, HRO rehearses right before Pop's concert time, so they should be in the middle of rehearsal right now. And there, I'm going in.
But you can't just barge in there.
Ashley!
Excuse me, miss, but you can't just interrupt a rehearsal like
You
this.
don't understand, Maestro. She stole my cereal. Didn't you, Ashley? Don't even try to lie again. I ran into the kid you sold it to at Lamcap. The jig is up.
Oh, the Bones kid? Ugh, I knew he couldn't be trusted. Fine, you got me. I went online to that shady site you can buy international foods on, and I ordered your stupid ritual cereal. It was way too sugary for me. So I decided to sell it to losers who need more studying energy than what they can get out of a Red Bull. Happy?
No, didn't buy it. You stole it from me. There's no way you could have bought it online. I checked. They've been sold out for weeks.
I never stole your stupid cereal. Ugh, if you must know, I actually ordered it last semester after you told me about your whole pre-concert ritual. I thought that maybe if I ate the cereal, then I could play like you do. But then I realized that I don't need an obsessive reliance on breakfast cereal to be a better violinist than you.
All right, that's enough, Thea. She clearly doesn't have it. There's no use. We've been on this cereal hunt all day, and I don't even know where to look anymore. If only we had somebody who has been following this plotline since the beginning and could help us retrace our steps.
Well, my dear heroes, this sounds like a job for your loyal, brilliant, and devilishly handsome narrator. First, you thought that Ashley had the Choco Pops in the Adams House kitchen, but it was actually the off-brand version, Choco Nuts. Then, after following Professor Spooky Yuki's advice, you found the Bones Kid eating a bowl of Choco Pops that Ashley sold him. This, however, was not Thea's original cereal, as Ashley had purchased it off of a shady online international market months ago. Thus, we arrive at your current predicament. The concert is an hour away, and you have no idea where Thea's cereal is.
Gee, thank you.
You're welcome.
Seth, we don't have time for this.
Okay, let's think. This concert hall is full of musicians we hang out with on a daily basis. Somebody has to know who stole your cereal, but we need to hurry.
We have to find it now. Everybody in HRO and POPs, and even the security guard who always comes in to listen in on rehearsal. Oh gosh, we missed call time. My cereal's gone. It's over. I'm ruined.
Come on, Thea. It'll be fine. You still have... Well, it looks like there's only 1 minute to figure this out and get you on stage.
1 minute?
3 minutes. It'll be okay. You just get on that stage, start playing, and I'll solve this mystery by the time you get to the second movement. You got this.
I don't know about this. Can we just postpone the show? Ashley was right. I can't do this.
Come on, Thea. You're perfect. I mean, your performance will be perfect. Get out on that stage.
Okay. This is it.
This is Thea's big moment, folks. She's walking on stage now. There she goes, the audience greeting her with clapping and cheering. It looks like everyone's here to see the concert. Professor Treble, Ashley, Dean Karana, Professor Spooky Yuki, those pledges from Lamont Basement, and even the Bones Kids showed up. Yeesh, no pressure, Thea.
we don't want the audience to know that this isn't what we planned. They'll want their money back. Astro, keep the concert going. We have a mystery to solve. Okay, Thea, I think we're near the big finish of this case and the concerto. Start the cadenza. You got this. Ashley, you were our first suspect, but you would never sabotage your own violin playing like this, so it's gotta be someone else. Professor Spooky Ookie, your entire career rests on people believing in ghosts haunting Harvard's campus. You could have stolen the cereal to feed the rumors about a poltergeist haunting dorms to help your career.
That's preposterous. I would never.
But the night that Thea's cereal was stolen, there was a full moon, which means that you were hosting your full moon office hours, so it couldn't have been you. That brings us to our next suspect, Dean Karana. You wanted Thea to exclusively eat HUD cereal.
There's nothing wrong with marshmallow mateys. They're so full of fiber and vitamin B. I didn't steal her cereal. Semper Veritas.
Veritas indeed, Karana. But there's no way you could have gone to Adams to steal the cereal before Thea left to practice. But the quad shuttle doesn't operate past 2 a.m. Bones, kid! You were so desperate for energy that maybe Ashley's cereal supply wasn't enough. Maybe you resorted to stealing Thea's cereal too.
What? I never did.
The amount of despair and sleep deprivation that I see in your eyes tells me that you haven't left Lamont in the last 48 hours, so it could not have been you. Oh, Professor Treble. As a viola player, i.e. failed violinist, you perhaps have the best motivation to destroy Thea's career. You have to live with the fact that your student has already headlined Carnegie Hall before reaching her 20s, while you perform in front of half-asleep undergrads every Friday morning in a music class that nobody actually wants to take.
They love my playing.
No! But as a viola player, you would never have the guts to go after a nationally acclaimed violin prodigy. Which leads us to the only one who could have done it. It was you, Remy! Ma'am? Yes, you! Alibi? Come on, Remy, you're not fooling anyone here.
Seth, care to explain why you're yelling at a cat?
Well, I'm not just yelling at a cat. I fingerprinted the culprit. Well, paw printed the culprit.
What? How could Remy have stolen the cereal? He's a cat. He's a cat.
The facts are these, folks. Last night, Remy the cat was stalking prey outside of Adam's house when he appeared on my windowsill. I thought he was just giving me some emotional support ahead of my midterms, but I was wrong. Remy snuck into our door while my back was turned and ate your cereal. That explains why he seems to be all over campus all the time, super sugared up on cat energy. Okay, buddy, we're cutting you off. Does HUHS have a veterinary clinic?
Wait a second. Seth, how do you know for sure?
Who else would have scratched up Ashley? Remember, she was about to expose Remy, and he didn't want the truth to come out. And Remy's always had a good eye for character.
So, that's it? My cereal is gone? How am I supposed to finish this concerto?
What, you're not in this alone, Thea? We'll do it together. I've been listening to you practice this piece all semester. I know it by heart.
Wait, what do you mean? I would practice in the middle of the night. You're always asleep.
Yeah, I may have been staying up all night to listen to you play, which hasn't helped my grades, incidentally. You're an incredible musician and an incredible person, and I've been trying to tell you this all day, and I don't want to ruin our friendship, but like I really, really like you, and I was wondering if maybe we could go on a date sometime, like maybe at the D Hall or LA Burdick or a sleigh ride.
This is very sweet, Seth, but we're in the middle of a performance, and I don't think anyone is paid to see a soap opera.
Oh, sorry, Maestro.
Wait. So,
Are you two done? I think I'm getting feeling back in my bow hand, and...
Ashley, please remove yourself from the stage. I think we've all had enough drama for one concert. Thea, please proceed.
Of course you could do it. Listen to all this applause. I love you. I mean, they love you.
Thanks, Seth. You've always stayed by my side this entire crazy day, and I guess we even solved the mystery together. And I couldn't have done this without you. So, how about that date?
Oh, really?
And the sleigh ride sounds excellent. I really like it.
Oh.
So what mystery are we going to solve next?
I don't know, but whatever it is, we'll solve it together.
And thusly concludes our musical mystery. Thank you for listening to Popscast Serial, brought to you by the Harvard Pops Orchestra.
Oh my god. Seth, we almost forgot! The sleigh ride!